Imagine going to class and being 100% confident that you will ace every exam. And when you get home, you are so productive and you can focus for hours on end. But you can also, on top of that, still be with your friends and have a good social life with your loved ones. This sounds impossible, right? But it isn't. I actually thought it was impossible too. But after finding out some good routines, some rules, and applied some methods that I will show you in this video, I found out how to actually become the best and perfect student possible. Now, I usually say that there are 3 components to becoming the perfect student. And the first is productivity, the second is focus, and the last one is lifestyle balance. You need to master each one of these separately for all of them to work. And lifestyle balance is the most important one. So stick around to the end where I tell you how to actually conquer it and become a master at balancing your social life with your study. But for now, let's get on with the productivity tips on how to become the most productive person in any room. If you think you being productive is studying 10 to 12 hours a day on end, getting burnt out, stressed, but just keeping on and pushing on with your studies, well, I'm sorry to tell you, but that's not the case on being productive and being the perfect student. Being productive is about learning efficiently, but still dedicating the time necessary to actually reach your goals. You can study an hour a day, but if you're efficient enough, then you're productive. You don't have to overperform or become a workaholic just to reach your goal. Because if you are becoming a workaholic because you need to reach those A's, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you are using the wrong methods of learning. And I would recommend you to use 2 different techniques. The first is called speed reading, and the second one is a simple method called the 5-second rule. So speed reading is a simple technique where you read in a fast pace, as the name suggests. It is actually quite hard to master it, but I will show you an easier way for you to understand and get started with it, because through my method you will get a grasp on it in just a few minutes. When I didn't speed read, I read a page in around 2 minutes, and now I can read 4 pages in 1 minute. So it has definitely made some changes because I'm 8 times faster right now. And you don't lose any memory retention. I still have the same memory retention today when I speed read as I did when I did normal reading. So don't worry about that. Here's how to do it in 5 steps. So firstly, find a simple book. Now look through it fast and check everything like titles, etc. to get a grasp around the subject. Now read what you read in the book, but don't spell it out loud in your head. Now it's time to group everything up and try to read in chunks, not in words. So try to see the bigger picture of each paragraph and each sentence to actually read. And this way you can learn much more in just a short time. And that's it. After that, step 5 is just practice, 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 and repeat until you actually get it right. Then we have method number 2, which is the 5-second rule. The 5-second rule is probably the easiest but the most effective technique that you will ever use. It is for the times when you want to do something or you need to do something but you don't feel like doing it. You just keep procrastinating. That's when the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule is the best for you. So let's say I don't want to study. Well, I just count down from 5 to 1. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bang, I just do it. This might seem simple and arbitrary, but it is so effective when you actually want to get something done, because it hijacks the part of your brain that is responsible of decision making. It actually has some psychological benefits to it. So you basically take control of yourself instead of letting procrastination take control of you. And that's it. That's how you become productive in my words. Now let's go on to focus, which is step number part 2. To focus is probably the toughest part about being a student, especially around subjects that you don't really care about or you don't want to learn, but you need to actually be finished with school. And I know this because I couldn't even study for more than 30 seconds when I was younger because I thought it was so boring and my mind was just wandering, thinking about other things. And I know you do this too. So after a while I got frustrated about not listening to my teachers and not being able to focus while I read, and that's when I stumbled across the method hyperfocus, and especially scatter focus. Scatter focus is a technique from this book by Chris Abe. And to achieve hyperfocus, you need to first start by doing scatter focus, which is the complete opposite of actual focus. Scatter focus is essentially just doing nothing and letting your mind wander and think about whatever it wants. With technology not letting us think for long periods of time, and we just get bombarded with all of this information, we need to start doing scatter focus to actually start learning how to focus. And it is really simple. You just do nothing for 5 to 10 minutes each day. You just let your mind wander, think about anything, think the thoughts that you want to think, but our technology just compresses. I promise, after doing this, you will be able to focus for so long. Alternatively, you can actually meditate. It is quite similar, but with meditation, you think about nothing, but with scatter focus, you think about everything. I actually do both, but either one is very good for you. Scatter focus is easier. Now, let's talk about fun things, lifestyle and balance. To be able to actually focus and be productive, you need to hang out with friends and do the things that you actually enjoy and disconnect here and there, because that is what life's all about. And it will help you in school through relaxing. And it may sound ironic that relaxing will help boost your grades, because I am a pro at relaxing and I guess you are as well. And it's usually not something that we actually connect with a good thing, but it can be. My number one tip for actually getting balance and being relaxed is to allocate one day where you don't think about studying. On that day, you don't open a message from your teachers, you don't look at the books even, you do everything that's not correlated to school. So you actually relax and disconnect. And I can't stress this enough. No school work on that day. If you just do 10 minutes of revision, you will discard the whole day, which is not what you want. And also, if you're just in the middle of the week, friends ask you to hang out, just say yes, because those are the times that you actually will remember when you get older. And that's it. That's everything you need to know to become the perfect student. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Now I have to go and study. Peace.